So if you're not setting goals to move forward, then you must be moving backwards. And we're going to talk about it. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, CLM II for Style with Power. So I got a new t-shirt, new hat, just trying to do a little merch. The channel that helps empower men through style. And if this is your first time here and you like videos that talk about fashion, that talks about style, that talks about empowerment, and that talks about mindset, well, this is the channel for you. So just go down, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know every time we upload a video. So today we're going to talk about mindset. And in particular, we're going to talk about goal setting. Because if you're an individual who has not set goals in your life, then you're just wandering around. And understand this, life never stands still. So even if you're standing in the same place you were standing before, life continues to move. Life continues to evolve. And if you're not evolving, then you're actually moving backwards. So are you in the same place today that you were last year, half a year ago, a month ago? If you are, then you need to start setting goals. And we're going to talk about goal setting. So today what I did is I created a PowerPoint for you so that we can talk a little bit about goal setting. And, I was always taught that you should set long-term goals, which is usually 10 years out, what you want to be doing in 10 years, medium-sized goals, what you want to be doing in 5 years, short-term goals, what you want to be changed or what you want to do this year, right? Those are the things that you need to constantly do because you must train your brain in order to succeed in the things that you want to do. And one of the ways that you train your brain to succeed in the things that you want is by setting goals. You see, because if you continue to move forward towards the things that you want out of life, your brain will just automatically do things for you that you would not even believe. You can say, I want something today, and before you know it, as long as you keep concentrating on it, it will happen. And we don't know why these things happen this way. We just know that the brain is very powerful. We know that there is something that happens where you talk to your subconscious and you actually start to move towards your goals. And this became very, very popular in self-help books over the last 30, 40, 50 years. Individuals have been writing self-help books that have been training people on how to set their minds up so that they can move towards their goals. Very, very important. So let's talk a little bit about this PowerPoint that I have for you here. So there was a gentleman that came out. I discovered him in the 90s. He wrote some #1 bestsellers. His name was Brian Tracy. And Brian Tracy had this quote, "Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement." Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. So what does that mean? Well, just like with any fire, you have to feed the fire. A furnace holds wood, and you pour the wood in, you light the fire, and it feeds it, and the fire gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So goals are goals are the wood that you put in the furnace that keeps feeding the fire, so you can have your achievements. So that's very, very important. And Brian Tracy, even though none of you don't know Brian Tracy, go out, you can still pick up his books. He's written some great books, and his books is just on achievement and mindset. I think the first book or cassette tape that I bought in the 90s was called Maximum Achievement, and he just was talking about goal setting and how big goal setting was. So failure mechanisms. So most of us have these failure mechanisms, and usually a failure mechanism is you follow the path of least resistance, right? So you follow the path of least resistance. A lot of us like to take the easy way out. Many of us know that we should probably exercise. So if we should exercise, one of the great things in doing exercising is walking, right? So individual says, hey, I need to lose some weight, I need to get back in shape, so I'm going to start walking. And they live in a building that has an elevator. And one of the ways that you can start on your journey is, instead of taking the elevator, you can walk up the steps. That keeps you walking. Right now, what's very popular today is called the Fitbit, and the Fitbit will actually count your steps, right? But instead of walking up the stairs, they take the elevator. Because you know why? Least resistance. There's no problems. It's easy to get through. You don't tire yourself out, and you take the path of least resistance. That's called a failure mechanism, right? Because you are doomed to fail if you actually want to achieve a goal of losing weight where you know walking will help you. Least resistance, right? And then most people want immediate gratification with no thought of consequences. So, you go to school, and if you're in college, you have to do at least 4 months within this semester, and you don't get your grade until the end of the 4 months. But it bothers some people. They say it takes too long. Why do I have to wait a whole 4 months? Why do I have to wait 2 years to get a degree? Why do I have to wait 4 years to get a bachelor's degree? Why do I have to go to graduate school? Why do I have to do all these things to become a doctor? It's taking too long. So they want immediate gratification. But that's just not how life works. Success goes to those individuals that take steady, consistent steps. So failure mechanism, you want immediate gratification. What we got to do is have that delayed gratification. Take our time, set our goals, and we'll definitely get there. And then the last thing is that failure mechanism, this will operate automatically. It will automatically continue to happen because as you practice these things, they become habits. And once they become habits, then you're on the automatic, you're on this automatic road within your mind, and you will constantly begin to fail. You take the path of least resistance by taking the elevator instead of walking, right? You want immediate gratification. So someone says, hey, you start this job and you don't get your first paycheck after you've worked a month. It's 2 weeks on, and then the 2 weeks after that, you'll get your first paycheck, and you say, man, I can't wait a month for a paycheck. Immediate gratification. And then that begins to start the automatic gratification, right? And we doesn't want that. So next, success mechanism can override your failure mechanism by creating goals. That's why we say that creating goals will get you on that steady path towards the things that you really want in life, because nothing that you really, really want is going to be free. It's going to come fast. And then the price of success. What is that? You must determine the price you are willing to pay for the success that you want. Remember, you must pay first, or as they say, sow before you reap. So the question is, what is your price for success? What will you give up? I want to lose weight, but I still want to have my sweets. I still want to eat my candy. I still want to eat all these sugar. I still want to drink all these sugary drinks, right? I don't want to drink so much water. They say I have to drink a lot of water. I don't like drinking water, right? What's the price you're going to have to pay? You're going to have to give up something if you want to achieve success, right? I want to be a doctor, but I don't want to go to medical school. I don't have time. I have a family. I have children that I have to take care of. I have a husband or a wife. I have to pay rent. I have to buy food. I have to do all these things. I don't want to give up my casual time. I like to go out and have a good time. I don't want to give that up. What do you mean I have to stop drinking? I have to stop using recreational drugs. I don't want to give all those things up. Well, if you want success, there's a price that you have to pay. And you make that determination on what price that you want to pay, right? You must sow before you reap. And what basically that means is that you must plant your seeds first, and then you must wait for it to grow. Right. Okay, so people who don't have goals are doomed to work for others that do. Wow, very powerful. People that don't have goals are doomed to work for others that do have goals. So I'm an entrepreneur, I'm building a business, and I need other individuals to help me build my business. I'm going to hire them. I have a goal. I want my company to make $100,000 this year, but I need 2 or 3 other individuals to work with me so that I can reach that goal of $100,000. What's your goal? Well, if you don't have a goal, what if I tell you I'll pay you a certain amount of money and you come work for me and help me achieve my goal? That's usually what happens. People that don't have goals usually work for others that do have goals. Right? So if you're out there and you're working a 9-to-5 job, maybe that's your goal. Maybe your goal is just to have a 9-to-5 job, go to work, you come home, you're happy and content. That's fine, right? You still have a goal, that's a good one. You got your job, you're happy with your job, that's fine. That's a great goal. Other individuals have a goal where they have bigger goals and they would like to hire you to come work for them to help them achieve those goals, right? So you have to make a determination if you want to help others achieve their goals or you want to set goals for yourself. And most people that work for others are not attempting to achieve goals. All they're attempting to do is just get by. And those are 95% of the people in the world. They just want to get by and they're content. The other 5% of those high achievers who says, I need to incorporate the help of others so that I can succeed in the big goals that I want. So you have to make a choice on which person you are and who you want to be. Right. You work to achieve your goals or for someone else's goals. So you have to make that determination. So we're going to stop right here. That's some of the things about goal setting. I will probably do another segment on goal setting because there's some more stuff to be talked about. There's a lot of stuff to dig into when it comes to goal setting, and we'll get more into it in our next show on mindset. Right? So I did another show on mindset a little earlier. You can just go back into the archives of my shows, and you'll be able to see the one that I did on mindset, and that was very, very good. And this one I did on goal setting. But it's very, very important for you to understand that in order to achieve anything, in order to be successful in anything, right, you have to first put it in your mind that that's what you want. And if you don't put that in your mind that that's what you want, it's not going to happen for you, right? But understand this: whatever you believe, you're right. Once again, let me say it again, right? Whatever you believe that's right for you, you're absolutely correct. Because no one is going to feel sorry for you when you don't achieve the goals that you should achieve. No one feels sorry for the person who can sing really well, but they never go out and pursue that career. No one feels sorry for the individual who draws very well, but doesn't go out and pursue that career. No one feels sorry for the individual who's brilliant in math, but never goes to pursue a career using their math skills. You know why they don't feel sorry for them? Because we're all out here, trying to achieve things, and we don't have time to feel sorry for people, right, who don't want to achieve things. What we do is we move forward and we leave them behind. So don't be that person who's going to be left behind. All right? So listen, if you like what you're seeing here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next Monday.